I guess I'll do it in announce. I guess I'll just post in announcements here. Alright, let's get some of these codes. So, I'm definitely gonna start with 1, 2. There's okay. We are definitely gonna start with hold on. New Junk City, and then we'll kind of go in backwards order. So we're gonna go New Junk, Kings Row, Rialto, and then Ilios. Not that we're gonna be doing every single one, but that's the order. S6 RX M6. Oops.
Now entering, ready for battle.
Then V93 XJ B. V93 XJ8. There we go. Alright, so New Junk City, if I'm remembering correctly, it was 3-0. But I could be misremembering that. Oh, you guys want me in voice chat? Ah, okay. We do that. The only thing is, do you know if, are either of you guys watching on YouTube? Can you hear, now that I switched to Discord, do you know if you can still hear me? Okay. I didn't know if I needed to change any, like, settings or anything. I haven't touched a single thing, so I don't know. Okay. So we'll just kind of go through it. I know, so Shepard, I know Seneth asked me, or said that you had asked her why I left you in. I don't have a good reason, I just didn't think about it. So, that was it, sorry. I know on the Ilios, we had Swift, correct? Yeah. Swift was filling in on Ilios, and I wanted you on Ilios then just because, since we didn't have good coordination with Swift, just because, you know, he more was just a warm body type, I wanted to go with more mechanical ability versus, like, teamwork sort of thing. So, that was why Ilios, but then after that I just didn't have a good reason. Alright, we're gonna roll out with what we got here, though. Let's see where are you guys. Oh, hold on. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so Brandon's still not in all the way yet, which is understandable. And we're kind of already pushing in, so we need to be. I mean, we're not in, but just be mindful of where everybody is. Okay, so where's Brandon at? Alright, so Brandon is in and we're in now. Okay, so we're good. Rob, you are playing like super duper far back. You are Reaper, you should be, and this kind of goes with when we were on May yesterday. You and Matt have got to be attached at the hip, or you got to be in his butthole, whatever way you want to look at it. But and in particular on Reaper, you are playing so far back. We're not going to be getting any, like any value from you from this range. Shepherd is on a good angle here. Let's see. The only flanker they have is Genji, and he's accounted for. Alright, so let's see where we go with this. Shepherd, slow down. Yeah, we're kind of just poking around a lot. Poking. And like kind of in the way this comp kind of works. All right, so that was good. Actually, let's rewind it. 20 seconds is a bit much though. I don't want to do that. Maybe we'll go 10. Nope. Okay, yep, so perfect. We're kind of just sustaining here. We're not really forcing anything. We don't have any big win conditions, like a Maywall or, a junk crap or, anything kind of along those lines. We're kind of just like looking to sustain, allow Tracer to come around, do her thing, maybe get a sleep on somebody. We can, kind of chain stun into a spear, or opposite spear into sleep, or maybe get a good anti, but nothing like crazy. Excuse me. So we're kind of poking around, trying to just stay alive and get them to make a mistake, which their Lucio does, and which we capitalize on, which is perfect. And there we go. Okay. So now from here, where are we? All right. So where are we looking at? All right. So Shepherd is rotating. We got Brandon rotating over there. All right. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so this is one of those examples of where, like, we're just not playing to our strengths right here, where we have Reaper and Tracer going into their back line, and then we kind of just have Lucio hanging out here. So we need to either be like this Juno honestly should be able to be she should be cleared up from the Tracer being this close. And if anything, if we need some extra damage, or Orisa can just kind of pepper from around here. And Shepherd, if you were on like a different angle, like over here, you could take some pot shots at her. So we have enough range where we don't need. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that like, oh, you should be over there. I'm saying that like, if you were over there, we have range to shoot at her. But with the Reaper kind of pushing in, Matt and Vic are kind of just stuck here. Really can't do anything. And then yeah, actually we don't even get to kill on the Juno. And now we have Matt pushing underneath. Rob, where did Bernie go? Oh, you're in mid recall, so I can't do anything. Okay. So now we have our support split off because we kind of left that Genji up there, which. Oh, that's attack. Was that? I thought that was in a scrim. That we did. There was timeout, but okay. I forgot about that. I thought it was in a scrim. Yeah, I mean, losing the Juno there is obviously not great, but I mean, I'm not gonna harp on. Again, I'm not gonna harp if we don't make a mechanical play right there. But we should have, like, if we're communicating what we're on and we're on low, then again, Matt can get enough shots on there where I'm pretty confident we could have, killed her with just that little bit of range. Or should even Lucio just kind of peppering over there a little bit. But again, so we're so split out, and then what's the worst here is that we still our supports are dealing with this Genji over here, so it's not like we're even able to get a good anti or good sleep on anything. And even so now even the pair that's on the point is we have Matt shooting at the Reaper, Rob shooting at the Queen, and then Brandon just finished recall. So I don't know who he's gonna be shooting at. There. Alright, so now we finally get the kill. And then, wow, man, you just got kind of collapsed on there, Shepard. Which I mean, that's going to be the hardest thing about, the Ana is very susceptible. But we still should be fine. And, alright, so just, again, really split with our fire. Rob looking over here. Matt looking up top. Brandon just kind of blinking in here. I'm not sure who you're going to be on here in a second, but... I mean, that's a trade. Again, not a great... I mean... It's a trade. Okay. So... Brandon kind of got fucked because that Juno thing's followed her. What's Matt's health at? Honestly, Matt... I mean, we have the point here, so we need to, stall it the best that we can. So Matt, right here, see how, like, far off you're playing it? So, and she's, you're trying to get an angle on her. Since we have the point, though, I honestly would rather you just play it safe and hold. If you just hold it tight, then you can't shoot her, but she can't shoot you, and you getting your health back is going to be way more valuable because obviously you have so much more than she does. And if you're going to try and go get the kill, come up the stairs here. That way you're on more level footing, because her floating up here and being able to just jump around is always going to leave you at a disadvantage. And then the Queen comes in, you should die pretty fast here. Yeah, so Rob here, you definitely should have been going in to touch point. You never want to wraith on a point. If we're looking for a stall, you gotta try and walk on a point there. Just that little backup right there was all they needed. Because if you're holding here, or you can just go ahead and TP beforehand, because they're focusing on the Lucio. You TP beforehand in here, then you walk in, and then you wraith to stall as long as possible. And then on top of that, you cancel your wraith. Oh, you didn't have TP quite yet. But you cancel your wraith early. I'm gonna rewind it. Like here, like should be walking in. We should be playing closer. Yeah, and then you cancel wraith earlier. It's not like you're gonna. I guess in theory you could one shot that Lucio, but the chances are very low. So hold on to that race as long as we can, because we're not looking to win this fight. This fight is lost. We need to just be looking for that stall here. You die, and then Brandon goes on. That should be the last one, because Ana should not be stalling, and you don't, which is good, and you actually get a kill. So that's actually really stupid from their part. There is zero reason for their Juno to push out, and that was good punish by Shepard right there. That's kind of just a 1v1. You win or you lose it, and we won it there. So we lost Tracer about at the same time, so they'll be getting back kind of at the same point. So can't really take advantage of the trade-off, but something they couldn't build. They can at least build ult charge with it. That's a little bit better. Rob kind of being close to them. Okay, so again, a little. I mean, where's Brandon? Yeah, so nowhere near ready to jump in, and he's not supposed to be coming main. So we got to be communicating on when we're going in. Matt also goes in, and Rob is not going in, and then Vic is going in with Matt here. So just not communicating as well, and then if we push around this, we have to keep in mind our Ana is not going to have any LOS. So we have to be very, very careful when we do going in here. Yeah, so Matt's already at half health, and Rob, you just got in. And Brandon just got in. So we nano, and I don't remember all the calls out, so I'm not going to remember if we planned the nano or anything like that. Pulse Bomb is always an ult where it's like, we kind of just start out. I mean, maybe if we have like Zarya, if we want to like try and do it. I mean, you could, I guess, combo with the Irisol, but it's really just kind of a throw out ult. And but we get a good kill on the Reaper. He had his ult going in right there. Alright, and now see, and actually that was good. I wanna rewind that because I'm not just gonna rewind for bad stuff too. And okay, so let's like use their bad example. You can't wraith at somebody. Like we're diamond, we're not fucking bronze here. If we're on Reaper, and they wraith obviously. I'm not saying Rob you did here, but you can't just wraith in. Like it's like just stupid. And I mean he got antied and died within half a second, so pretty stupid. Okay, so here, see look at this. We got 1, 2, 3. We have 4 people turning on this Lucio. Look how fast he dies. Now, okay, I mean we had nano too, so obviously that helps, but that's kind of focus fire that we need to be doing. Alright, so, I mean, again, split off, we're going in. Matt's going in here. We got Rob, you're TPing up here. Just really splitting it. And then Shepard's gonna get solo bladed. I mean, it's kind of unavoidable, to be honest. Unless you come in very aggressively. You know, maybe you could have swung out over here, but I mean, we didn't have beat anyway. So if he only gets Shepard with the Dragon Blade, honestly, that's kind of best case scenario here. Yeah, Rob, look at your TP. You TP'd up, and now we have nothing. Yeah, you're kind of just stuck in no man's land doing nothing. And then Brandon's dueling the Genji. Yeah, again, look, Rob, you're shooting at the Juno, Matt's shooting at the Queen with Angels here. And I mean, look at their health bars. We have look at that. That's 3 people. You know, 2 at basically 1 bar health, and then the Queen is very low as well. If there's just any focus fire on any of the targets, no, the Genji would be hard to focus fire because he was, you know, in our backline. But I mean, just any focus fire, and we get a kill. Yeah, I mean that was one of the small mistakes. I mean, just a little bit of focus fire there, and we kill him. We shouldn't touch here. No, okay. Excuse me. Okay. And we are rotating straight to point, which is good. Excuse me. Alright, let's just just hopefully be mindful of how... Oh no, it's the other point over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, they're gonna get there first. Alright. So us poking in as Brandon goes around is not, like, that's not a bad thing. We do need to do a little bit. We're just being mindful, you know, how hard we're engaging in on it. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. I feel like we should have been able to kill that Queen. Yeah, Rob, yeah, you're playing really far back. You're playing like cast, to be honest. If you're cast, that's fine. But if you're playing on the Reaper, you got to be up in their faces. I mean, you're gonna die because you're too close, but you're Reaper. You don't have a choice.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Okay, so she gets out really, really low, but even though she gets out, you know, they had to burn a lot of cooldowns to get her out. So as long as, you know, we're playing smart here. Okay, so they're coming in with beat. And, I mean, we're kind of just all right here, so, you know, not too much of an opportunity to do much. Shepard's probably going to die here. Yeah. What could we have done? Yeah, honestly, Shepard just kind of, Shepard got a lot of poke, and then the Genji just waited, basically, until he could dash on you and kill you. I mean, it's kind of just hard. We gotta present some sort of front that, you know, Shepard just doesn't get kind of hit on in the back. And then we should just be resetting. Alright, so they definitely burned a lot of ults. The problem is, though, we've burned a decent amount as well. We do have our beat. We're kind of in a weird spot, though, because like we want to beat 4 Queen ults or Dragon Blade, but we're so behind on it that they're you know, they already used theirs and they're up to 65 and 55, you know, when we have our beat here. So, you know, we going in and using it or holding it, you know, kind of a, just gotta be careful whatever choice we make. This is, where's Brandon? Okay, so that whole like little sequence right here, it's like we're just taking a lot of damage without any direction or purpose to it. I mean, Matt is in, Rob's not close, and Brandon's even further away from being in. Yeah, just taking a lot of damage and not doing what. And then now again, so Matt's going in. Rob's nowhere near close to going in with him. And I'm just gonna kind of keep playing it out. Alright, so we're in with B, sort of. Okay, yeah, so again, yeah, all over the place. We got Matt over there, Brandon flanking, which, I mean, he's supposed to do, but we got Vic pushed in. Yeah, even with Vic, you know, there's Lucio there. I mean, and look how, and obviously it's like kind of the end of the fight, the fight's disintegrated, but, I mean, if we went 3 different, you know, completely different directions right there, and then Rob dies. Yeah, I mean, they just, obviously, you know, Shepard and Rob there, you know, just not much you can do to get picked off. Honestly, luckily they didn't stack you more than they could have. Dun, dun, dun. And I mean, and so we swap to the Cassidy right here, and that's the thing too with this game mode in particular. Is like that's been what 3 team fights, 4 team fights, and we're already down 2-0. Yeah, should be already just kind of looking back at. We need a good fight. Okay, so again, we're just, you know, all over the place. Or maybe we don't know where the point is. That's a distinct possibility, but we got to be communicating. We got our DPS going this way, and everybody else is here. And she gets a 3-man. I mean, wait, who woke the queen up?
Time for the reckoning! Getting drowsy?
I think it might have been Matt. Trying to, let's try not to waken that up. Try and leave him sleeping. I want to play it out, see what happens. Okay, so this is bad from their part. They should have. I mean, they had a three-man queen ult there, which they should have been within the dragon. But then the dragon blade was stupid. So we win the 2v1 even though they're in dragon blade, which is fine. Or I mean, which is good. They should have been able to kill. I can't believe Shepard got away. That's kind of insane. Yeah, and right there, I don't remember the call out there, but Shepard not in position to get heals onto Matt, so someone has to be calling out to Matt that we can't hold there. We got to back up as fast as we can to try and meet up. And I mean, Shepard's not far away from getting heals onto him there. Now we do kill the queen. And excuse me, and right there, like we get the kill on the queen, and then we kind of just spread out again. Excuse me. So we guess, yeah. And I guess only 2 different directions, but still. Like Rob, you gotta be. We need you with everybody here. Yeah, and then right there, we saw we had Vic going to point. We had Rob and Shepard still up there, which it's not that one is wrong. It's that trying to do all of them is wrong. It's a consistent kind of theme. Where we're doing like 2 things or 3 things. And it's not that one of those is wrong. We're just trying to do all of them at the same time is wrong. I mean, this right here, Shepard's. I mean, we have to remember that we have an Ana. We can't just if we're on Moira or Kiriko, then we can kind of expect, all right, they'll be able to keep up with us a little bit better. But we're leaving both our supports kind of back, and even though they shouldn't be able to get punished here, they could. So now we're in. It just doesn't feel like there's a purpose to being in. We're kind of half in. And honestly, if Matt's on anything but Orisa, he's dead already. maybe Malga, but yeah. And again, just that it's a very, very slight, but that time from Shepard having to come up that little ramp right there, Matt pushed in and kind of went down, and that's all it takes right there. No, we do get a trade there, and we use Reaper Roll. Honestly, Reaper Roll's like Reaper Roll's like Feral. If you get a kill with it and don't die, then that's literally the best that we can do. We should clean up from there, and we do. Alright, so now looking at our cupboard though, we got Deadeye. That's a good kill right there. And it's a learning tool. So they lost the fight. So they lost the fight now. Like, this fight is over. So let's wait for her to spawn back in. Okay, so that is 24% that just went away because they're queen, and she's not even in a position to come back in. She just spawned in, so that's why resetting is so important. It's so important because and again on this game mode, just that reset right there could lose a fight completely. But anyway, so we have Deadeye, and we're coming up on beat. So we should be trying to poke a little bit so we can get beat. We're gonna get it in this next fight, but we want to try and get it before the fight. So we should be kind of taking a little bit of damage, so that we can be. And I think here, yeah, like, you definitely just want to be on heals. Try to get beat ASAP. Okay, so we had Rob and Brandon both kind of checking this Reaper angle, and you guys knew he was there. You're shooting, you know, but now the Queen just walked in for free because Matt's the only thing that we had to keep her in check. Unless Shepard's gonna hit a sleep, we don't have anything. Shepard, yeah, you're good here. Okay, so kind of just dancing around where, you know, Shepard's having to rotate around to the left. We have Rob coming back to the right. You know, Matt was hanging out to the right. Now you're coming back main. We'd like to try and keep it more cohesive. And in particular here, again, Rob, I know you're in Wraith to get back healed, and you don't have any cooldown, or you have you don't have Wraith. But we're just so far back. There's no incentive for them to be cautious about pushing onto Matt, because we don't have anything to complement him. Okay, so we go in with speed, Deadeye, we get a good kill there, and man, just focus fires everywhere. Again, we got Rob here, Matt all the way over there, Brandon here. Actually, what is Matt shooting at? So we got Matt shooting at the Juno, looks like, you know, yeah, just all over the place. I mean, yeah, I mean, here we are again, Matt shooting at the Reaper. Looks funny. Rob's having to kind of wraith out still. Brandon looking at the Lucio, Vic looking at the Lucio. I mean, Shepard's looking to heal. That, you know, that doesn't count, but no focus fire. We do actually get a kill, but we're gonna die to this ult. Yeah. So we should be dying on. Okay. Yeah, Shepard right there. If they were smart, they leave you alive to stall you out, but they didn't, so that's fine. And then Rob, that's what we want. You want to go back to point, force them to kill you without giving them progress. Because that's the thing, if you just kind of hang out near the point and they flip it, then you're just gonna, you know, die and give up 24% like their Queen did. Alright, looking to build up Orisa ult here. Another spot, Shepard's coming back from spawn, so we don't have him quite yet. But if he was up first, we can kind of poke to get that nano if we really want to. Oh man, you're taking a lot of damage before we're even in. And actually, the way that you back up there is very important, because you don't back up to anything. In this whole spot, there's just absolutely, there's no purpose. We're just we're backing up straight, and then we're rotating to the left straight, and then we're rotating like that whole time. Like, get tucking behind this car, tucking behind this door, tucking behind this door. We can't just, like, I know we have Ana, but we can't just be like just shitting out heals because we're just thinking, just like being in the middle of kind of with nothing, no purpose here. And now we've had to use nade just to kind of keep you up when we want to use it to get in. Also, they swapped a tracer. I didn't say that already. So we can. We'll go slow here. Okay. Yeah, and they just get it first, kind of, to be honest. Yeah, unfortunately with the blade, And then, oh yeah, and then we don't touch, yeah. I mean, again, just so much. Oh, that's not you guys. That's over here. Just missing so much focus fire, just all over the place. Okay, so so my plan is that to be scrimming King's Row a lot because everybody's gonna pick it basically. If we win push, I'm not push. If we win hold on. Payload, escort, there we go. Goodness gracious. If we win escort, then every team's basically going to be picking King's Row. So I want us to get better at it. On attack, what we did in the scrim the other day is kind of a plan that I want to mess around with. It would be nice to have the Pharah option instead of the Echo, but we can still make it work with what we had. On defense, though, we got to figure something out here. I honestly don't remember shit about this map, so let's just play it. Okay, so right here, again, just kind of playing an awkward spot. Right, we're looking for a wall here. Let me wait for him to. Okay, so we're looking to play for a wall here, but look how far back we are, Rob. Like, and obviously you still have your alt fire to reach them, but we need to be holding closer. And then Matt, the same idea with beforehand, where we're just kind of hanging out in the open. And luckily they didn't have anything to punish us, but we need to be playing corners right here. And, okay, yeah, there's Brendan. Yeah, sorry. Right here. That's a good kill. Hazard is very, very difficult to kill. So that's good focus. See, that's good focus fire, and obviously it's a lot easier because there's a May wall, and we section them off. But that goes to show you Hazard is hard to kill. So that goes to show you how effective focus fire is. Now I'd like to go. I'd like to play a little bit more aggressive here. You know, we got their tank. They're kind of low. Excuse me. At least actually 3 of them are half. But we're hanging back together. That works out. That's fine. Okay. Again, just hanging out in the open. Hanging out in the open. Okay, yeah, I was to say, Shepard. I don't really like you just hanging out down there. I'm not sure they have some cover. Rob, stop flanking. Like, we don't need you to check the Genji when he was over there. We need you to hold main. If they're not running a dive, we can't be sending like half the team back for one person. Okay, so Matt, I mean, you have the cover of the car here, but that's not a good spot for us to be in. And the wall's not as good, but we can be looking for a wall around there. Yeah, good wall there, good burn on it. And actually the way that was positioned was, yeah, here we go. So if we look at, now you guys get a good wall, so it worked out. But Matt was kind of backing up, Rob was going in, you know. But that is really good. We burned him down right there, which is, I mean, you know, you kind of have to do that. Okay, so no, I'm just gonna let it play out. I don't remember what happens anyway, so. We get a kill there. Alright, there we go. Let's be, you know. Okay, so we're sending a lot of people back. I don't, yeah, I mean, we have to clear them out. I don't know if we really need to send 3 people, though. And yeah, so again, right here again, not communicating. Matt's backing out. Rob, you're looking to go in. Vic kind of following up with the wall. Malga's going to be obviously very difficult to burn right there. Okay, so now again, what are we doing? Because we have 4 people focusing here, and Matt is just kind of hanging out. And Matt doesn't have to. I'm not saying this because I want Matt to peel back to help with these, but Matt needs to either be aware, like someone tells him, or that he just, Matt, you need to kind of look at it the best that you can. You got to be holding back here. Got to be holding back because we need to win this 4v2 faster than you lose your 4v1. I'm sorry, 3v1. Okay, so alright. So we win the 4v2, and then their Malga kind of just ends here. Alright, so now this though, this is something that we do have to address. We can't leave a tank in our backline. Yeah, so I mean, Rob and Matt, now is the time that you guys decide not to pay attention to the backline? Okay, getting the kill there was completely because their Malga was played stupid. That's a rough trade right there. Did you not have any cooldowns there, Rob? I mean, kind of just need a little bit faster reaction time there, to be honest. See if we can get, gotta get an ice block. We need to be looking. We have to back out here. We do not have. No, yeah, we can't back out now. Yeah, so this is a lose-lose situation. There is no good way to go about this. Yeah, just I mean, basically just wait for as long as we can and then try and recontest. Are we swapping off the brig? I hope, because that rally was terrible. Yeah, that rally was terrible if we're gonna stay on the brig, because they had sort of 3. Okay, there we go. Okay, we do swap. Alright, we have 4 ults coming in. They made a lot of swaps, so we know we have the ult advantage here. Honestly, god damn it, we scrimmed this fucking map so much, I can't even remember scrim versus league match. Okay. Just working our way in. We can't really take a lot of poke here. They have the way better poke comp. Okay, so we there. Alright, yeah. I mean, I'd like to get in a little bit sooner with our ults there, but remember too, with the Mei, we don't have to look for a wall onto something to kill that something. Like this Malga here, before the Kiriko, we could just wall him off and to ignore him and push in into their side. Alright. So we get 2. They pop cage, we pop freeze. Yeah, so that's a tough one. I can't believe they got. Hold on, let me watch this. I mean, I guess. I mean, not. I mean, he was in our backline a lot in that first fight there. So, ideally, we can get a freeze on to a little bit more than just a Malga. I don't hate the freeze onto the Malga. Just a little bit of a bummer, couldn't grab anybody else with it. And then even with him being frozen, the only way we're gonna get a kill on him is if we can shield his healing off. Yeah, so I mean, kind of at that point when that blizzard goes down, we've invested 3, and they invested 3 as well. And you know, we have Shepard has the lunar thingamabobber here. It's always a tough call. You know, how much do you invest? Because if you invest in too much, then that's worse than. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's worse, but you know, if you invest too much, that could be a losing play. But if you don't invest enough, it's a losing play. It's a tough call either way. I think I probably, when we got that freeze on the Malgar, I think we probably want to use it there. Try and confirm the kill, because it's. I look at it as we already invested 3, and that the fight is still in the balance. So let's try and just get that fight in. And on top of that, and I look at that too because it's not that they invested 2. Like if we invested 3 and they didn't invest anything, then it's an issue. But since they invested 3, then investing that 4th one to maybe not guarantee it, but to get to that next kind of level, that's what we. You know, I think I'd rather have that. But of course, once Mac goes down, yeah. Excuse me. And then we die from there. Alright, and we're swapping from Sojourn to Cass. We're swapping over to the Orisa, and alright, keeping the rest. Okay. Excuse me. Not keeping the rest. Oh, yeah. No, okay, I'm remembering a little bit. We're going to the Zen.
This ends now.
Yeah, again, when you pushed in hard right there, Matt, we kind of just stopped. You know, here. Even, I mean, the Malga was there. You either get in his face, so you're covered, or get into the point and kind of just have to deal with it a little bit. The halfway is killing us here, and then we get picked off by overclock.
Justice
Not that the halfway pushing in has nothing to do with the overclock. Then we got picked off by the overclock because it's overclock, and then yeah, we kind of just die from there. Yeah, so this is what I mean, like resetting wise. I mean. Yeah. Yeah, you guys got to reset on the point right there. Okay. That was even worse though. What the hell? Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, Vic, but the fuck, dude, that's worse than dying than fucking Robin Shepard dying late. That's ridiculous. Yeah, and Matt, you gotta be careful here. You know, you're walking in pretty aggressive. We don't have anybody close to you. And this spot is a bit tough. There's not as much natural cover for us to use, but try and find something. You know, if we got this door right here, I'd even rather you play here. I mean, because realistically, if we lose the fight with the cart here, unless it's like a staggered loss, then you know maybe we can get a recontest, but you know it's pretty doubtful. But there you go, you used a little bit of cover. Now that, yeah, see, but right there, hold. Excuse me. You pushed in, and you got to the point, and then you kind of just backed off. Like hold there. The kind of the bigger issue here too, though, is that Zen Juno, like we want to play aggressive with the Juno speed, but we're not playing aggressive with the Zen because it's a Zen. Sorry, I was just looking at some. So yeah, just kind of a weird spot, and yeah, and again, positioning wise, look how far out in the open we are. So Rob's walking in, so I mean you have to kind of walk forward. But look at us, we are. Rob's in the middle of absolutely nothing. Brandon's at least close to a little bit of cover. Shepard can dip back, and Vic, Angels is out in the middle of nothing as well. But now, okay, so now this is insanity. Like, holy crap! This is insane. I don't know. There's no way for you guys. And then, so like at least, so Matt and Rob are together though. This is what I've been asking you guys to do. So this is where, whether it's wrong or right, it's right because you two are together. That's what we've been asking for you guys. But Shepard and Angels, you guys cannot be out here in the open. Even though I don't know whether you live or die here, Shepard, but against a yeah, I think that's a tough one. Can you see? No. Yeah, I mean, really, the only way to get away from there is that we come out on the left side from the get-go. Actually, did we just all come out to the right, just like kind of just cause? Okay. Yeah, I don't know about just cause, but we did all come out to the right side here. That I'll accept that for Shepard. That is not an acceptable answer for you because you can do all of your Zen things without being out in the open. Yeah, just kind of the confusion of coming in and out, in and out. So like Brandon pushed in while Matt was coming back in, so Matt pushed back in, so but Brandon pushed out, and the Genji gets a good dash in there. Alright, so we're kind of trying to peel back. Yeah, release Rob there, and yeah, that's all she wrote right there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's tough with the like losing Shepard, Rob, and Angels. Well, let me rephrase it. Losing Shepard and Rob after the point had capped, and then losing Angels, like coming out of spawn, that gave them the entire about halfway of third point. So we were only going to get one fight, and then just kind of hanging out in the open at the end with. Just kind of didn't lend itself well to anything. I don't remember why we rolled out on this, so we'll just play it. Because it kind of, I mean, it's kind of confusing. I guess we'll talk about it. It's just kind of confusing, right? We have the speed, which works with the Mei and, Cass, but then we're on Sigma, which if we're brawling on Sigma, why don't we just brawl on Ram? And then, I mean, Kiriko's Kiriko, she can kind of go fit in with anything. So just kind of a weird, not sure why we went with this. Ooh, that almost got that Ram there. Yeah, we should be screaming at him which direction to go. I don't know if we did or not. We did break a pillar though. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I really hope we swap. Yeah, Rob right there. I don't know why you went back in though. You could have got out. Cause like, okay, hold on, sorry. We lost Brandon. The fight's over. Matt gets walled. The fight's like quadruple over. And then like Rob, you kind of walked back in. Like Shepard and Vic got out, which is what we should have been doing right there. We're actually 60 to Flux. We're keeping pace on that department. All right, we're swapping the Soj to the cast, and now now the Soj fits a bit better with the Sigma here, but the Mei and Juno just feel a little bit awkward. If we're gonna do that, we might as well just go through theater. Save us the hassle of using all of our cooldowns. But alright, we got through though. We got through. Lots of confusion though. Lots of confusion. Alright, and we're back main. Okay. Not sure what our goal was. Yeah. And then, so we got a Sojourn 1v1 going on up top. And then their Mei wall just a bit better than ours. And yeah, that's kind of what I mean though, in the sense that it's like the comp just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then Brandon does not get out. Yeah. You probably could have just stayed on top of the theater there, I think, Brandon. Yeah, and then now we swap. Which I mean, again, 2-minute mark, you should have time to get to your ultimates and get a good fight with them. It's not an so you know, you can get them faster, you can get them slower, but it's a rough mark. And now we're off the Mei on to the Reaper. Okay, so definitely need to be looking to burn the front. We can actually take advantage with the speed here. That's a good. See, I know Matt, we've been talking about using your shield placements. So that's good, right? And I mean, you can already see it's already broken, and 2 people aren't even shooting at it. So you know, now they're dropping. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's Vortex. Okay, sorry, I've never seen it in mid-animation like that. Okay, we're walled off though. All right. So we got through wall.
This ends now.
Unfortunate timing with the orbital ray and the Mei ult. That's just, you know, shit like that happens. I like that we're using to use ours though, proactively. And where's their overclock? Okay, their overclock is way back there. Okay. So you probably, yeah, he died to the freeze there. Honestly, kind of really big. Brandon, you should have been looking to get out earlier than that. Honestly, Brandon, as soon as we see the freeze go, you should be getting out. Getting a kill there isn't going to make a difference. Yeah, we're building ults pretty slow. If we're kind of looking at charge, they're gonna, if we carry rush, they'll have carry rush. Doesn't mean we can't win with theirs, but it is gonna be a bit tough. Excuse me. Alright, we're poking around a lot like this to get in. Okay. I don't know if it's just miscommunication or what, but it looked like Rob was going through hotel with Vic, I think, and then Matt wasn't, so I'm not sure. I don't remember where. I'd much rather Rob you. I'd much rather you stay with Matt here. Help, kind of just give our frontline presence. Yeah, they get ours. And yeah, I mean, that's about the worst case scenario. with carry ults, but they actually wasted Ram ult, so not worst case scenario, I guess. With where we are at, we need to be doing our best to build up Ram ult. That's our win condition right here. Man, Demontis Bonus having a rough game. Alright, so we look through her. Let me just rewind that. Look how decisive that was. Look at this. Look how decisive it goes. Speed ring to the left. Did you? That was. I mean, now granted, Brandon is in no position, and neither is Shepard to help. But look how decisive that was. That's what our plays need to be. Now, with 17 seconds left, we don't necessarily have to go in insanely hard. How did you get picked off? We don't need to go in. We don't need to go. We don't have to go in insanely hard. But I don't hate that we did because we were decisive with it.
Infused with light.
Oh, and there's just the Sojourn in our buttholes. Oh, and then she gets beat. Yeah, and then Matthijs. Actually, how did the hold on? How did the Sojourn even get in there? Oh, she was flanking. Did we? I don't know if we called it out. I mean, we don't have time to react to it anyway, though, probably, but I wonder if we called that out.
This ends now. Purified.
Yeah, and then we don't get a touch. I mean, if getting a touch there, unless Brandon gets like a 4K, I don't really think it matters, to be honest. But yeah, kind of. I mean, if I had to sum up everything on that map, I would say attack just didn't have a plan. Was just very haphazard. Honestly, it kind of just looked like a comp game, and then like what we rolled out in, and then kind of just our coordination was very raw. Let's put it. And then on defense, I mean, to be honest, it's not that you guys played bad on the defense right there. It's, sometimes the other team's just going to make better plays. Or faster plays, I guess, might even be one way to put it. I'd say the biggest thing, just our positioning was really rack. Not just on that third point when I focused it on in a decent amount, but just kind of throughout, just overall, just positioned kind of awkwardly. And then going back to that New Junk City, just focus fire just non-existent, and then when we were going in and out, and actually the going in and out part goes with on a King's Row. It's like one person's coming in, one person's going out, and it's just back and forth when we're on a comp that wants to be in together or out together. I mean, there are comps, and I've run them before, and I've strategized them before, where it is like a consistent pressure sort of thing, where one guy's in, and then he gets out, and another person goes in, and he gets out, and then one person. But that's not what the comp we were on today, on those. So, the scrim the other day on the King's Row, that first point, kind of the strat we're going. I do want to kind of keep running with that. It gives us an identity on a specific point versus like a idea of dive, or the idea of rush, which is what I've been trying to work on. We do have there is a certain point, and we kind of sort of have this week off, and there's an extra week because for us to schedule because of Easter. So it is a good opportunity to work on the ideas within a comp, but at a certain point we do have to say, all right, we need to try and look towards winning. So I'm gonna kind of sleep on it, bounce around some ideas in my head, strategy wise, But we'll figure those out for the next scrim and whatnot. So that's all that I got, and I will see you guys later. Yeah, you too.